everyone, welcome to Lizzie's Little Library and the Newbery Project. Today's book is the 1988 winner called Lincoln, a photobiography by Russell Friedman. The author has several Newbery honors for other biographies he's written. Before I even started reading this, I already had opinions. First, I don't agree with nonfiction books winning the Newbery. The very first one was not good at all. And there's no shortage of fictional stories. The Newbery definitely loves the fictional historic fiction. I think that's a better choice than this. Nonfiction selections seem more like the type of book that a group of adults are selecting what they want kids to read, as opposed to what the kids themselves would actually enjoy. Second, and I know this is specific to me and not to everyone, I have multiple college degrees in history, so I have done a ton of reading on Lincoln's works, and the Civil War. So I'm going to have a very critical eye when it comes to reading this. I also visited most of the historic sites of significance to this story, so that's also shaping my opinion. Fun fact, more books have been written about Lincoln than about any other person in history. And before we get even to this book, one other interesting point. This is the first Newbery winner that is purely biography. We did have Carry On, Mr. Bowditch, but that was a novelized telling of the story. This is the first that presents itself as a nonfiction biography. So the book is a simple biography divided into 7 chapters. Chapter 1, The Mysterious Mr. Lincoln, presents a very, very brief overview of his life and some of the dichotomies that we see with him. Chapter 2, A Backwoods Boy, is about his childhood in Kentucky and Indiana. Chapter 3, Law and Politics, about his legal career and his early foray into political life. Chapter 4, Half Slave and Half Free, discusses his reemergence into politics over the spread of slavery and his debates with Stephen Douglas. Chapter 5, Emancipation. The Civil War begins and eventually shifts from a focus of preserving the Union to eradicating slavery. Chapter 6, This Dreadful War. The war ends. And Chapter 7, Who is Dead in the White House? A very, very simplified telling of the assassination. There is any number of books written on that topic as well. The one I like best is called Manhunt. It reads like an action-adventure story. At the end of Chapter 7, there are appendices of Lincoln quotes, a list of historic sites, and a bibliography of suggested books. The end. This book was fine. That's all I have to say about it. I can't really see any kids voluntarily picking this. It's a lot of text, and it doesn't say anything new. I specifically did not learn anything I previously hadn't known, and I think most kids have a cursory knowledge of Lincoln. I hope so, at least. This might be a good fit for someone who knows absolutely nothing about him and wants the quick version. This book is billed as a photobiography, but there weren't really a ton of images, and I have seen them all previously in many different books and publications. There was an image every 2 to 3 pages, so that helps to break up the text. And, at the end, this book really feels like something teachers and librarians want kids to read, not something kids themselves want to read. So I can't recommend this one. One of the honor books this beat is called Hatchet by Gary Paulson, about a boy who survives in the woods alone. I don't love that story, but I know a ton of kids who do. And even it not being my favorite, I would still read that ahead of this. And a book, this is sad, a book that wasn't even nominated, that was published this year, is called There's a Boy in the Girls' Bathroom. It is written by Louis Sachar, who is going to write Holes, which will win a Newbery in maybe like 10 years. That book, Holes is like my favorite kids book, but There's a Boy in the Girls' Bathroom is an amazing book. It is warm. It is emotional. It's a story about a boy finding his place in the world, which no, isn't the girls' bathroom. That was an accident. And it fits so well into the Newbery theme of children growing up, whether physically, emotionally, chronologically, and about kids finding their place where they belong in the world. So I've never understood why that one didn't even get an honor. It's one of my top 10 favorite kids' books. This one is not. Skip this one and either read read Hatchet, or There's a Boy in the Girls' Bathroom. The next book is called, I think it's called Joyful Noises or something. It's a weird poetry book. I don't get it. It's about bugs. I'll get to that one soon enough. I don't really have much to say there. This was Lincoln, a photobiography. I do have the author's other Newbery Honor books. I know there's one about Eleanor Roosevelt. I believe there's one about the Wright brothers, and I think he did one about Claudette Colvin. So I really hope those are better, because this one didn't say anything that we don't already know. So don't read Lincoln. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.